My prediction, Mac Jones starting mid-season instead of Brock Purdy. If Brock doesn't stop making the same mistakes, Mac Jones has been extended or given an incentive. Kyle likes him, and he just might start him mid-season. And we are going to look at three specific games that are signature of the weaknesses of Brock Purdy since even college times. And we're going to look at three games in 2024. And the reason I picked those, because those are signature games and signature plays that either Kyle calls on specific downs and Brock Purdy going through his progression and taking those high risk, high reward, but often they get intercepted. And or he makes a mistake by not going to the other guy. And these three games are going to be looking at is in 2024, as I just mentioned. And let's go to that. We're going to look at the right here. We're going to look at the Los Angeles game, the Miami game, and the Detroit game. And if you look at all three of them, you know, as much as I want to say Miami game was kind of it got away from us because we could have closed it. But the Los Angeles one, the Rams one, we could have won it. And also the one in Detroit, this one. We could have definitely come away with much better results, but they ended up being none other than losses for us. So with that, we're going to look at some of the plays that he did. And the first one we're going to look at is Los Angeles. And let's go look at this. And I want you to guys pay attention to some of the players that are going to be, for instance, right here. He's looking, and I believe he has Jacob Cowing right there in the middle of the field. And down by the 30-yard line, he has Kyle Juszczyk. And on the top right corner, it's Kittle. And look where Brock is looking at. He's looking downfield, and he's probably even looking at Kyle Juszczyk. But what does he decide to do? He has a clean pocket. He's not being rushed. He has time to throw to three receivers. One in the middle, I believe that's one of the wide receivers, rather running backs. And the bottom is Kyle Juszczyk, and on the top is Kittle. And he goes and throws downfield. And remember, guys, this is 2nd and 11. Fourth quarter, 5 minutes, 16 seconds left. 2nd and 11, and he throws an interception. Why is there necessity of him throwing this ball? Let's go back. He's looking at downfield all the time, where he has these receivers, there's 4 of them, coming down. Kyle Juszczyk turning out at the bottom. Kittle at the top of the screen. And in the middle, I think he has the running back. And where does he go? He goes downfield. And interception. Now, granted, this game, we only had 5 minutes. We couldn't score. Rams get the ball and close out the game. And as we can see what the final score was, 12-6, Rams went down the field and scored an additional field goal and got 12, and we just couldn't finish out the game. And the next game that we're going to look at is the Miami game. Miami, here we are. Brock takes the ball. The first throw is to Jennings, and he completes it. It's a good catch by Jennings. Then this is the one. Right in the middle, interception. I have no idea why he threw that, but you can tell that he was being rushed, but even then, let's look back, and I want you to guys pay attention to his foot, to his feet rather. He pushes off of the right foot. He comes into the pocket where he's being rushed. I think this is the completion one to Jennings, right there. Then the next one, that was for the first down, and this is again. Look at the time, guys. It's fourth quarter, 2 minutes left. It's 17:22. So if we drive down the field and we get a touchdown, pretty much the game over. We can run out the clock. But look at this. He has clean pockets so far. He's going back. Now he pushes off of his right leg. And then the defender right in front of him, he's fighting off the center and the guard, trying to come to disrupt his passing lane. And Brock ends up throwing on his toes. Look at that. Let me just, if I can freeze the frame, exactly where his feet, right there. It's kind of, we miss it. Let's go back again. Right there. You see, he's kind of being hit, but then what he could have done, he had other receivers. There is Debo going. There's Jennings. Right there. Debo, he could have hit Debo right there. Number one. In the middle. And even George Kittle right here. At the kind of middle of the field. He could have hit him. He didn't. There's number 32. I think he was a running back. And he throws that. These are the kind of plays that he has not fixed. And more often he keeps doing the same thing. Although he does have some magical plays that he does. We all know that. He plays with good scrambling ability. He sees the field. But a lot of the times he throws the ball where he's not supposed to throw. And the last one we're going to look at is the Detroit one. Let's look at the Detroit game. Same thing. The first pass is to Juszczyk, or rather that's Pearsall. I keep calling him Juszczyk on my preview because he had 14 and I thought he was 44. But that's Pearsall. He makes that pass over here. Look at this. He has a clean pocket. Let's go back. Right here before the snap. Look at, guys. Clean pocket. No pressure. He's already made his decision. He's going to go, I believe, to Jennings or Pearsall. It's one of those guys. And those three defenders are kind of blocking him. Actually, Jennings was at the top right there, as we can see. And again, look at the time. It's fourth quarter, 1st and 10. Why do you have to throw that? You literally need a touchdown to win the game. With 7 minutes left, and then we ended up actually, with Detroit, we actually lost the game 34-40. So it wasn't this drive, but at the end, it didn't matter because our last touchdown was just, it was useless because they had already won the game and the clock was down. So again, let's go back. Let's look at one more time. He has clean pocket. That's the first throw to Pearsall. He completes it. The second one. And clean pocket. And he throws right there, interception. So I could go on and show you guys more clips. But these are reminiscence of all of the persisting bad plays by Brock Purdy. And it's either Kyle making these calls, telling him to go downfield on 1st and 10. There's no reason for you to be making those throws where you can get 4, 5, 6, 7 yards. and just keep on moving, because we had in this game we had 7 minutes left, and we gave Detroit enough time for them to come back and you know get a touchdown. I think the game was 40-34. Maybe they missed the extra kick because the number here is 34. Another touchdown would be 41, but they only got 34 here. I can't remember sequence of if they had 2 field goals, but I'm going to say they got a touchdown and then they missed a field goal. But either case, the point being is that Brock Purdy, he definitely needs to get his game cleaned up. And I believe Kyle Shanahan needs to be more practical rather than taking too many risks. And that's not to say that we don't need to go downfield, because just like everybody else, I love when we go downfield, but we have to be honest. Brock Purdy doesn't have that kind of a strength in his arm. He could throw good balls, but he just, and because of his stature, sometimes even when we saw at that other, I believe the Miami game where he threw right in the middle, he was right on his toes. He feels like he needs to be taller and go over the offensive line and defensive line to see what he's throwing. And often he's unbalanced. He's on his toes or he's jumping and throwing. Where we saw even last year that even the commentator said, look at him, he just jumped in the air and he threw the ball. So anyways, we need to remember that Mac Jones is what you would call a prototypical type of a quarterback that Kyle actually was looking for. Not to say that he doesn't love Brock Purdy, which he absolutely does, because of his traits, his scrambling, his magical plays like Mahomes style, evade defenders, go to the left and right and throw a touchdown. Those are the kind of plays that not too many quarterbacks can make in a precisely and make a completion. Brock has that, but at the same time, a lot of those become turnovers. And with Mac, he's more of your Kirk Cousins and Matt Ryan type, pocket passer that sees the field, processes it, and delivers it where he needs to. And that's what Kyle likes. And that's why he loved about Mac Jones even coming out of college, and he was all for drafting him. We ended up with Trey Lance, but that's another story. Anyways, guys, if you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, please do now. It's very easy. Just hit the subscribe button. Let this channel grow, and so that I can bring you guys more content, and like and share, and see you soon in the next video.